Right, but here's the thing. You going at Charles. Charles ain't the one going at you. Charles, it wasn't. No. We're talking about Claude. It was Claude.
Okay.
It was, so we're recording Claude from Golf DMV.
Golf DMV, yeah.
If you guys are listening, we're having a conversation about colleges and this. If you listen to Golf DMV, one of their co-hosts, takes the occasional shot at my guy Freddie, because of the state of the Florida State Seminoles football team.
Right.
So Freddie was just going in on Charles like Charles was Claude. I want to clear that. It ain't Charles.
Right, yeah.
It's Claude. So now you recording. Claude's listening because he's an avid fan of 15
Claude
minutes.
Jennings. That's who you talk. That's who you're targeting.
I give you the opening, Freddie. You got a question for Claude? We go with that.
Need to get you on the set one week. You let us know when you're available, and we can do a whole segment about it. Because I heard what you said. And it was very disappointing. And I don't believe in beating a dead horse. We see they're bad. We know they're bad.
Yeah,
right?
What did he actually say? That's what I want to know.
What didn't he say?
Yeah, he talked about him bad, Charles. He talked about
Charles, he talks about the team, and then he talks about Freddie's allegiance to the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he called him out by name.
So he went general with his comment.
No. I took the broadcast, Charles, in the whole Golf DMV broadcast, and I sent it to him. I said, give this episode a listen. He wrote me back like, whoa, okay, who is it? So I wanted to make sure that you and Claude are on equal footing. I think. Mm-hmm. You help me out here, LB. I think Claude backs Ohio State, right?
Yes, in some sense, yes, because I think he has family there. He's been to a few games, so I think he does have some allegiance to Ohio State, which I cannot stand either. I can't stand Ohio State. Yeah, but now it's pretty cool though. We have podcast beef across podcasts. How
about that, right? Huh? And you ever read that saying about 6 degrees of separation? We got 1 degree because we got one guy who's on both shows.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no mistaking, how accurate is the information. I mean,
Yeah. I was there, Freddie. I heard it.
Okay, so I just want to make it clear. I don't have anything against Florida State. I went to a lot of good parties when I was in Miami.
We partied together
against Florida State, but obviously this year they really suck.
They're having a bad year.
Having a bad year. Everybody's entitled. And if you guys haven't figured it out, that's the topic of our show today is the state of NCAA college football. Man, there's a lot happening in the space. We got the rankings now. Things are shaping up for this playoff. So I'm going to ask you, Freddie, because honestly, I don't know. And if anybody else does, just help me understand. Okay, we're going with a 12-team format. Mm-hmm. So how does it work, right? Like I'm assuming the first 4 get a bye. How does it work once you determine who the 12 are? How's this playoffs going to be different than, because LB last couple of years was 4 teams, I believe.
Right. Yep.
So what's changing when we get to 12?
With 12, you're going to have 12 teams, of course, right? The ACC champion, the SEC champion, the Big 10 champion, the Big 12 champion, they automatically goes in, right? To my understanding, I think probably the SEC and the Big 10, they're probably gonna get 2 teams in, right? The ACC, their ACC champion, they get a buy in first round bye as
automatically. They get a buy
automatically, right?
Yep.
I don't know about the Pac, whatever it's called now, because it's so up in the air.
Kind of decimated, isn't it?
Right. It's kind of decimated. So then you get the G5 schools. I think I don't know, pay attention to the G5 schools, but I think it's a team. You could say a team like
BYU or somebody like that.
Something like that. Yeah, the smaller school, and they get those other 4, however many spots are left over.
My big thing is if it's if a 3-loss team get in.
Well, okay, let me ask you right there. Do you think that's a possibility?
I think it is, right? Considering, if Alabama gets 3 losses
Georgia.
or Georgia gets 3 losses, and Georgia strength of schedule has been pretty good this year, right? So it's a possibility that, teams like, say, Boise State or maybe Iowa State, Pittsburgh, those teams may not have a shot to get in because of the SEC. The SEC, I think, is going to be if any 3-loss team get in, it's going to come from the SEC. All right, and it's going to probably be one of those two. It's probably going to be one of those two teams. Now, Alabama, I think they got a pretty easy coast for the rest of the year, right? But Georgia doesn't. Right.
I think Georgia's against Tennessee this weekend.
That's right. This weekend. So Georgia is probably really the one that's on the bubble that possibly could be a 3-loss team and then still probably get in. Because they went from, what were they? I know they were in the top 5. I think they went down.
They dropped 11 slots today.
Yeah, they're down to 10 right now.
They're down to 10 right now?
Yeah.
Right. And but LSU lost, and they didn't drop down that many slots. Right?
Well, the new rankings comes out actually later tonight.
Later tonight, so we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Right?
Well,
but LB, they should fall, right?
Well, see, LSU
that was a home game,
right? LSU is already number 22 right now.
Oh, they should fall out then.
So
right?
they shouldn't even be. We shouldn't even be talking about them no more.
Well, LSU, you sure? Because I thought they were like number 15
I'm looking at the standings right at this very moment. And it says LSU is 22. And this is in the
college football rankings.
This is the coaches poll.
You got to go to poll. You have to look at the CFP.
Yeah, the CFP.
They don't.
The CFP.
Well, again, the site that I'm on says coaches poll /CFP.
Okay.
So, I'm just.
I think they're going to fall out. I'm talking about LSU. I really thought that was going to be a better game than it was. I'm not a big Bama fan, and I just thought LSU was going to bring it, and they didn't. I thought Alabama kind of housed them, so they were already at a point. To me, if anybody in that game was in that must win situation, to me it was LSU. It wasn't Alabama. I think for me the big story was I've been following this whole wave with, I call him the other Cam Ward because I got a Cam Ward. LB got a Cam Ward. We got one. The other Cam Ward did a great job, right, since he's been with the Hurricanes, and then they kind of lay an egg against Georgia Tech. As fast as they got in the top 4, they're out of the top 4. Let me ask you, LB, is it significant or just a one-off?
Well, for them, I hope it's just a one-off. I mean, they dropped 8 spots on that loss.
Wow.
So, and right now, again, the poll that I'm looking at this last week's, well, like I said, new poll comes out, but right now they had them at 12. So they got nowhere to go but out. You know what I mean? So they got to get their stuff together. I don't know who they play next.
And the strength of schedule, LB, right? The strength of schedule is really not that good. Am I correct? At least
well, I think, and Freddie, I'm not taking a shot at you when I say this. To be clear, that when you have the ACC is not, obviously it's just not the football powerhouse it was at one time.
Yes.
So, if you beat up on somebody in the ACC, they go, "Oh, great job." There was a cupcake anyway. Okay. So you're not going to get any points for that. So they got to win out. I don't know, but then they have to, if they make it to their tournament, their championship game, then they're going to have to play Clemson, right? Yeah. I think Clemson is the only other team they got to deal with, and Clemson is already 7-2.
Yeah,
Clemson got 2 losses. Clemson is 7-2 now, so they got to beat. I don't think 2 ACC teams will get in.
Oh no, absolutely correct.
Right. So Miami's road is win out and beat Clemson to get in. That's their only option basically.
So my question
necessarily win out, but definitely you have to win the ACC.
Right.
Because you still, I forgot that you have the Big 12. The Big 12 champion gets in. A bid. Notre Dame probably will get in.
Yeah.
Right.
Who I'm going to bring up? Notre Dame. I mean, if Notre Dame got 1 loss. Right. And obviously they're still, that's in their sports, the only they're still independent as a football power. All the rest of their sports are in, I think, the ACC, right? And so if if Notre Dame loses again, will they get in? Will they get in with 2 losses?
I don't think so.
No. They're the only independent.
And that's why I'm saying it. I just wrote down all them ones that Freddie said are going to get in regardless. And you're one team independent.
Yeah.
I think you need to control your own destiny, Charles. That would be.
I think it's Notre Dame though. It's Notre Dame.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, to some people,
it's like the ACC that LB said.
Like the ACC. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the SEC and the Big Ten are the only 2 conferences that will have
multiple teams. Yep. 100%.
My only 100%. Question with that though is I don't have a problem with them having more than one team. I have a problem if one of those more than one teams got 3 losses. You know,
right?
I don't know if a 3-loss team in that conference is better than a no-loss team in some other conference. And I know what I'm about to say, TV doesn't care about it, but all them other cats are doing is playing the people that's in front of them. And if they win in by doing that, they're going to end up, playing in the, HomeDepot.com bowl or some nonsense like that, because we, for the money, going to Freddie's earlier point, we want to see some big name programs in there. I mean, I don't think it's fair, but I think you're right, LB. I think that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the top 10 right now, it's I got, again, Oregon. So I'm just going to say the Big Ten schools. We got Oregon, Ohio State, Texas. That's 1, 2, and 3.
I forgot about Texas.
You're right.
Texas is the SEC though.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
right. They went to the SEC. Okay. Penn State is number 5. Indiana is number 6. So that's 4 teams in the top 8 from the Big Ten.
You only got 12 slots.
See what I'm saying? So, so this is, and then you go back to the SEC. So you got Texas 3, Tennessee 4, Alabama is 9, Georgia is 10, Ole Miss is 11, and then go back to the ACC, and Miami is 12.
Okay, so let me throw out to the group again. Okay, so you got 5 undefeated teams in the top 25. And the last of those top undefeated teams is Army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they go out, should they have an opportunity to be in the top 12? If they go out undefeated, should they have an opportunity?
They're top 20, not top 25. And for me, I say 100%. I know Freddie don't want them because, well, nobody wants to play them, number one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to play them because you don't want to be the big powerhouse school that lose to a service academy, right? A service academy that's got cats that's really studying all day, that don't have tutors and people to do their homework, and don't have private jets going to games, and don't have NIL, and ain't in no damn portal because they getting up at 04:30 running 25 miles. Up, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to face them cats because they're tough, but I believe, Charles, that it's been a long time, and the Navy started off hot too, and then they fell out.
Absolutely.
Army is trucking people. And
no.
I would like to see him in there, 100%.
I would not want to see me in there. And guess what? I don't have anything against any of the service academies or whatever. Guess what? Society. We're going to give you the love and all the notoriety because you're a service academy and you're going to be a part of our military. But guess what? The reality, if you look at their schedule,
I can say that about everybody. I can look at Florida State schedule. I can look at that schedule too. We're going to have a schedule conversation. We're going to do it across the board.
What ranked opponent has Army beaten? 0.
Nobody.
What ranked opponent have they faced?
Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out Saturday.
There you go.
Notre Dame.
There you go. Well, that's Charles's question. Charles's question was, if they went out, should they be in?
They should.
I said yes.
That's all I'm saying. If they went out, they're undefeated. Should they have an opportunity to be in the 12 going to the playoffs? That's all I'm saying.
They would get my vote. Absolutely.
So
I will put them ahead of Notre Dame if they went out. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fred.
No. Go ahead, LB. Go
No, I
ahead.
was just gonna say if Army beats Notre Dame Saturday and wins out the rest of their games, absolutely they should be in, and obviously Notre Dame should not. So that kick Notre Dame out of wherever Notre Dame would have fell into the top 12 or whatever, get them out and put Notre Dame in that spot. Because they are.
Now, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. If they beat Notre Dame and win out, they should.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're not going to play Notre Dame and win, right? To be honest with you, nobody wants to play the Service Academy. It's not because they're tough, because they don't have the level of athleticism. Don't nobody want to hang 50 points on the Service Academy. No,
I'm going to use that as a soundbite next week when we come back. When Notre Dame lose, you're going to be the soundbite. We're going to leave with that soundbite.
You know what? Guess
you
what?
are going to be the lead for that.
Guess what? I have $100 to anybody on this show that Notre Dame will not lose. You know what? This is how confident I am. Y'all don't even have to bet me. I have $100 to all three of you. All three of you. If Notre Dame lose, I will give all three of you $100. You don't even have to bet me nothing.
Okay, I'll take it then.
Easiest money we ever made, LB. Easy money. Easy money.
Let me give you my Zelle number.
And then the last thing I see on college football is Claude, you're welcome to come back. We're gonna have another round of this playoff conversation in a couple weeks. I'd love to get you and Freddie on the same screen, so we could kind of work this out. It don't have to be about Florida State. You know what I mean? Or Ohio State.
No. It needs to be about Florida State because he brought it out. Florida State was thinking to join up
by themselves,
being bad. He wants to bring them in.
That is going to be one hell of a good show.
Yes,
before we check out, let me see if the guys got something to say. Charles, start with you, buddy. You got something to say today?
Well, obviously, our election just happened, and it's a very sad state of affairs where our country is going when a lie is way more powerful than the truth. And so I believe the landscape of not only America, but the world is going to change in the next 4 years. And I don't believe it's going to be for the better. So that's my
What about your Bitcoin? Your Bitcoin's going through the roof.
That happens every 4 years. Every 4 years, anyway. LB, that happens every 4 years. It does like that.
Okay.
LB, what you got to say, man?
I got something to say today. I hired a young person, and by young I mean I'm gonna say under 40, to do something. And I gave this young man an opportunity, and I said, when are you gonna have the job done? And I didn't say I need the job done in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I said, you tell me when you're gonna get the job done. He gave me a date. The date has come and gone, and he still has not delivered on what he said he was gonna do. So my rant today is, people, your word is your word. You know what I mean? If you say you're going to do something, do what you said you're going to do. And if you can't meet it, if you can't meet the date that you said you could deliver, the least you could do is pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to meet.
I shouldn't have to chase you.
I should not have to drive to Manassas to get on your back about why you haven't delivered what you said you was going to do.
He said Manassas, so now I know who it is and what the item is.
So, yeah. I had to go talk to somebody. Yes.
Amen, brother. Appreciate it. Freddie, how about you?
Well, to go off of what Charles said regarding the election, LB with the young people, and at least he didn't provide a name. But I got a knot in my chest with Claude and what he said. I have a knot in my chest. I tried to let it go, but I can't. Claude, you're welcome anytime on the show, or for that matter, you can invite me to go off DMV tape, man. Well, we can talk about this. You can. Did you have a problem with admissions, or what's going on? Because I heard what you said, and you had some serious venom and violence toward the team. So I'm just trying to understand and see where we are, with this, and so I can understand what you said, because they 1-9. You was going in hard, and they changed the topic, and you bring it back. I'm like, everybody else on the show was trying to let it go. They weren't even trying to talk about the foolishness. You kept bringing it back. So I'm just trying to understand, what's the issue. So, you let Coach B know, or, let us know when you want to join and you want me to, let me know and we can make this happen.
Outstanding. I got something to say. I watch a lot of late night TV, no harm, no foul. A lot of sports. And it seems like after a certain hour, all the commercials are about drugs. Mm-hmm. And they sing about them and they're dancing and they're making all these happy things about, Crohn's and Jardians and all this crap. And if you listen carefully to what the man said, the side effects are,
yes,
you're going to die.
Right.
So are they targeting me because of my age? Maybe they've been doing it the whole time, but every commercial is a drug from some pharmaceutical company. And I'm telling you, high production value.
Yes.
Like Broadway lines, singing and dancing and music and skipping. Why?
This is America. We can give you a pill for anything. We've got a pill for that.
And want you to focus on the happy side. Don't listen to those side effects, right? It's like it is
by law, they got to tell you. Like by law, they got to tell you.
That's right. Why don't they lead with that?
But the print is so small.
Show me a gloom and doom thing about some dude who took the drug and now he ain't got an arm no more. So show me that, right? That to me is the most effective kind of advertising. This is one of them bait and switch things, Charles, but I think they're trying to just get a bunch of old people who watch late night TV like me
to dial that 1-800 number.
Yes, or to go tell my doctor I want some Jardians. It's ridiculous.
You're up at that time of night, and if you're up at that time of night, what are you trying to do?
I just trying to watch some Pac-10 basketball, man. That's all it is. So. Clock's running out. We running out of time. Great show. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We look forward to talking to you guys next week. And we're out.
Before you, Todd.